Good morning, fresh faced this morning. I thought to start this vlog we could do a little get ready with me. I've got my makeup beside me. I've not really done anything to my hair yet. I'm not sure, I might just throw a few curls in. But hello, how are we all doing? What day is it today for you guys? Is it Sunday? Happy Sunday. Oh, I've actually just realised it's the first video of August, which means only one thing. We are a month away from the burn months. The best time of the year. September and October are my favourite months of the year. September maybe, because it's the lead up to October. I really like October. I was speaking to a friend the other day and she was saying, oh, October, even though it's her birthday month, and she was like, oh no, I need to get away in October. And I was like, what? I just cannot relate. In fact, I don't have many people in my personal life that love autumn as much as me. I feel like it's mostly online, mostly an online community thing, and that's why sometimes it makes me feel so alone in my real life outside of YouTube, because everyone loves summer around me and I'm like, no, autumn, winter is the best. So yeah, the burn months are coming. And yeah, I've already started trickling in the autumn content, because especially when it comes to the shops, they've already started to get a lot of their autumn bits and bobs in. So hello August. I feel like I want to do a bit of a reset today, and in fact we've got a butcher's block coming which I could show you for our outdoor kitchen, and there's a couple of little updates since I last showed you in my last vlog, my updated house tour video, which I've done a full breakdown if you wanted to see it, of everything that we've done with our house from start to finish. What else? I want to do, yeah, a bit of a reset, a bit of a clean and tidy up and organise. Maybe do a food shop as well, getting a nice healthy food shop for the week ahead. In fact, that kind of leads me nicely onto when I'm wanting to do this get ready with me. I've asked a question box and I've had a quick flick through some of the questions already. And I remember one of them being, let me just get out my question box that I popped up on Instagram. Let's scroll all the way down to the bottom. Yeah, so one of the first questions, and it's definitely one I've seen a couple of times, and that is, what is my kind of like diet or workout routine? So I thought that would lead me nicely into, let's start getting ready. Put my hair back, start getting on some makeup, and it'll lead me on nicely to my paid sponsor for today's video, which is MedExpress. Okay, I'm just starting with some concealer just to cover up any blemishes. Oops. Popped a bit on my nose there as well. And then at the same time, I'm going to add some of my favourite BB cream. I feel like I should pop a trigger warning here, because I know some people might be sensitive to this kind of topic. MedExpress is one of the UK's leading online pharmacies. Loads of different areas, from weight support to PCOS, menopause, allergies, hay fevers, and many more. You can access those private health treatments from the comfort of your own home. So it's very nice and discreet. You know, there's certain sensitive topics on their website that you can look more into and get help for without having to go into a clinic to see someone face to face. Everything is confidential, tailored to your needs. I'm just going to pop on my blusher. I'm going to go in with the Luminous Silk in 53 and a little bit of 62 as well, just a tad. So if you've been looking for confidential, expert-led support for your weight, or of course any other things like seasonal bugs, allergies, or pain relief, then MedExpress really could be worth exploring. They offer affordable online health services with personalised options, discreet delivery. They've got loads of Trustpilot reviews as well. If it's something that you're ever skeptical of, obviously do your own research. Having seen that they are one of the UK's leading online pharmacies, I wouldn't recommend them without checking that. And also they have very kindly given me a code Freya30 for £30 off your first order as a new customer. Minimum spend, terms applies. I'll leave everything linked in the description box for you below. Thanks to MedExpress for very kindly supporting today's video. Okay, drag that across my nose. Barney! Morning, sorry. Just brush some brow gel through, just popping on a bit of mascara. Another question was, where's my favourite country that I've ever visited? And I thought this was a really good question, because we were just talking about this just the other day, and I was saying how much I really did enjoy New York, but then I remembered Lapland and Finland. And of course that was more like a bucket list trip that I absolutely loved and will always remember forever and ever and ever. It was such a good trip and definitely one that I would like to go back to. And on that, people have asked any travel plans for the rest of the year, and I've not got anything booked. We've talked a couple of options we've talked about. Obviously New York is the only place we've been so far this year. I like to get away at least once a year, so New York was a pretty big trip, but it was only for sort of 5 days. So we've talked about potentially in September time maybe going away somewhere. We might be going away actually with Tom's mum as like one of her birthday gifts to potentially Sicily, we're thinking, or somewhere in Italy. I know Tom's got a big trip booked probably November, December time with work for a couple of weeks to the Philippines, and it's just whether or not I go with him. I mean, obviously at that time of the year I'm super busy with work and I do like to be in England, and would I enjoy the Philippines? Let me know. Has anyone been? Would I enjoy it? Let me know. And if not, potentially another trip, just Tom and I, again, September, October time. We're looking at maybe going somewhere, but we'll see. I'd quite like to do a staycation at some point within the next month or so with Tom and Barney somewhere in the UK. Another question was my favorite lip combo, and I've been reaching for this lately. So my trusty lip liner, Iconic Nude Charlotte Tilbury with this. This is new in from Valentino. I think I unboxed these in a vlog recently, but these are more of a lip balm. And yeah, the formula is really, really nice. This one is, I think this one's called Rose in the Woods. They don't have the name on them, but I think from memory that's what it's called. 120R. And yeah, it's just been my go-to lately. So lip liner. And lip balm. I always prefer a balm over a lipstick, especially like a matte lipstick, because as much as I like the look of it, they don't wear well on me. I find I have to keep topping up. I find I get like a horrible line and I get self-conscious of it. So a lip balm is always a good go-to option for me. And usually I just go in with like a Carmex, but obviously this has a nice bit of pigment to it, but it wears really well as well. You literally can just top it up. There's no need to like check if anything's smudged or on your teeth. So yeah, really, really a big fan of these. I kind of want to get more colours. There's 2 colours. They sent me 4. There's 2 that I would wear, this one and the bright pink one. But I would quite like to maybe go in store and have a look at the range of more colours that they have. Another question, just popping on some powder, was would you like to flip houses? Which I thought was a fun question. I don't know if we'd be very good at it, but yeah, definitely, why not? I mean, I like the picking and choosing of things rather than the getting stuck in myself. As an area to invest my money into outside of social media, I've always said that I think property is quite a good shout. A lot of house questions, renovation regrets, one thing you'd like to change in your house, any other renovation plans. All of these questions were asked before I uploaded the updated house video on YouTube. So again, go back and watch that if you want to see any kind of like house stuff. And again, do you think your house is your forever home? All of those things I answered within that video. How do you manage yours and Tom's different lifestyles? He seems to be a big going out type. That's funny. I film when he's out. So I wouldn't say he's a big going out person. He is naturally a socialite and I'm naturally an introvert, which I think is quite common in relationships, to have one person as more extroverted and one as more introverted. I think if Tom was as much of an introvert as me, we wouldn't do anything or go anywhere or do anything. So it's good to get that balance, I think. He definitely, yeah, goes out and socializes more than me. Honestly, going out, like as in out, drinking and nights out, I could if I wanted to, but I don't enjoy it. And a lot of my friends, my closest friends in my life, we are more likely to meet up during the day. We go for walks, we go for coffee, we go for brunch, and especially girls in this industry, because we also are on the same time frame. So we'll meet up during the week as well when it's nice and quiet. I feel like we're all the same kind of people. We're all quite introverted ourselves naturally anyway doing this job. So that's more my kind of going out. And just because you don't see it doesn't mean I don't do it. It just means that I'm not vlogging it or videoing it. And like I said, I tend to video when Tom's out of the house, whether that be socializing, whether it be for work, which is more often the case. But he works from home 3 times a week, usually. He plays cricket on Saturdays, which I usually go and watch him, unless it's raining, and then I stay at home. But Barney loves that as well, so we literally just sit and watch him all day, out in the sunshine, if it's sunny. If it's too hot, we stay in. If it's raining, we stay in. But we also have a lot of, say, couple friends, more so that was introduced to me through Tom, that as and when we see them, they're not social media people, so I would never think to pick up the camera and vlog when we're with them. Right, I think I might even leave my hair, to be honest with you, rather than put excess heat on it. It's kind of just air dried. I washed it last night and I just kind of let it, I maybe did the hair dry for like 70%, let the rest of it air dry, and it's not gone too like frizzy. Maybe I'll just add a couple of curls in at the end, but yeah, I quite like how it's just kind of sat, so I might avoid the excess heat on my hair and just leave it today. So I'll end on this question: what would be your superpower? I'm looking at my laptop, by the way, because I've screenshotted the questions and just sent them to my laptop so I can see them. But what would be your superpower? I think that's a really fun one to answer. I have always said my #1 superpower would be teleportation. Imagine being able to just click your fingers and you are wherever, whenever you want to be, without the need for the journey to get there. I think, honestly, if I could do that, I would do a lot more than what I do. I think a lot of the time I'm held back with anxious thoughts, overthinking. Sometimes the journey to something is part of the problem, and like the getting worked up about stuff, and whether that be through travel or socializing or whatever. But if I knew that I could just click my fingers and be back in my own bed, or cuddling Barney, or on a walk with him, then I would just be clicking my fingers all the time. Anyway, on that note, let's click my fingers, head downstairs. I'll show you the butcher spot, because that should be coming within the next couple of hours, hopefully, and then we will go and do a bit of a food shop, a healthy food shop. We can do a little grocery haul. In fact, I think I'm gonna go to ALDI. Let's go a bit more budget today, and I will show you any special buys, because quite often they have some good, well, you can't just go to Aldi and not have a look down the middle aisles, can you? Well, before I do go downstairs, I had this arrive yesterday from Rituals. I love Rituals. I've talked about Rituals before quite a lot. In fact, I think a lot of you have gone on to discover their reed diffusers, because in the past when I've bought reed diffusers, I found them to be really powerful from Rituals. So yeah, they sent me a little PR parcel with a couple of bits in. Let's see what they've said. Your summer essentials from Rituals. Oh, Karma, summer essentials from Rituals, helping you stay glowing from inside and out this summer. We hope you love it and we can't wait to hear your thoughts. Love from the Rituals team. So they have sent 3 products. Let's see what we've got. A softening body scrub, or I can see it's, you can see the gritty kind of saltiness to that and the oil in there. So this is the Ritual of Karma, like I said. Softening body scrub with salt and sea minerals is the scent. I feel like I'm gonna enjoy this scent. Is it protected, or can we smell it? Oh, it's protected. Yeah, I can't smell that. I don't like to open products until I'm actually using them. Then we also have the Ritual of Karma shimmering body oil. Yes, I can imagine this for summer evenings on holiday. This would be lovely. This is lotus flower and white tea. Can you see that shimmer? Wow, so pretty. Let's try a little, just a little dab of the old shimmer on my skin so you can see what it looks like. Oh, it feels nice. Can you see that shimmer? Smells good too. That smells like, for me, bizarrely, I know it shouldn't, but bizarrely, because the last few years Rituals have sent me advent calendars. Any smell that Rituals do, even for their summery products, it just takes me back to Christmas, where my room is like filled with Rituals smell because of the advent calendar. But yeah, anyway, that smells lovely. And then lastly, they've sent me the Invisible Sun Protection Face Cream in 50+, SPF 50+, UVA and UVB Hydra Boost Complex, again in the Lotus Flower and White Tea. Yeah, that formula feels nice. I feel like sometimes with SPF creams, if they feel too heavy or thick, like a proper thick SPF, that you'd be better suited maybe to your body, which I have seen in face products. This is more, I don't know, I get funny with putting SPFs on my face. This is heavier than I would usually go for though. The one that I really like is the Ultraviolet brand, you know, like the bright blue and bright yellow packaging. I love that one. It's not the cheapest, but I just really like the formula of it. Anyway, thanks to Rituals. Right, now let's head downstairs and carry on with the rest of the day. It's here. We just have to excuse the things piled up over there. We are probably gonna move the butcher's block into that space potentially in the future, but we do quite like it left out as a bit of an island as well. So yes, this is from True Patina. He has some gorgeous bits. In fact, I have quite a few things from him that I've picked up over the years from Arthur Swallow's fairs whenever I see him there. So definitely check out his Instagram for having a look at some of the bits that he's got. But this butcher's block is obviously well loved, well used, and what they've done is they've just sort of, I mean, this is all painted, I think it was cream or white, so they've stripped that, they've waxed it for us, and then obviously this like really rustic, and that's exactly what we wanted. So I think it'll be really handy, like I said, to have it out whilst Tom's cooking. What we are going to do is add some caster to the bottom so that it can be on wheels. We can easily wheel it out, move it around, and then if we do want to store it away in this section, just excuse this, because these will eventually, after summer, we'll pop the cushions away in storage. The deck chairs, we're going to do some kind of shed around here where we can keep those under cover. This Gosney, we're actually getting rid of the stand and we're going to keep the Gosney on this section of the worktop. So that's what that was built for. This is kind of like support for the Gosney to sit there. And yeah, that's going to go there. And then we've got a little shelf that we've added. We've obviously tiled and grouted it all. These are from Mandarin Stone. Sink and tap. I think we got this tap from B&Q. It's one of these swivel ones, which I think will be really handy. And then just a very simple steel sink. We've also got some steel doors coming that we're going to add as the front of these for kind of like a cabinet front, and then some of them I think we're going to put shelves. The shed that I was talking to you about, we're going to have storage for all of these bits and bobs so that these will be empty, ready for bringing out any kind of outdoor hosting kitchenware, crockery, all of that kind of stuff. All the stuff that I know will be for outdoor use. That is what all of this storage is for. So summery bits and bobs, yeah, hosting bits. And we've got the air fryer out here currently. We do actually have another air fryer that we have in the house, but it's quite handy to have one outside as well for when we are using the fire. So if we're doing like a bit of a roast or something, we've always got the option of an air fryer there too. But yay, it's in and I blimmin' love it. Before we head to the shops, we're actually going to go play a little bit of golf. I'm actually not playing today. I just am not in the mood. I will play once in a blue moon, whereas Tom will play daily at this point. So I'm going to go around for the bit of fresh air and take a buggy maybe. I've already walked Barney this morning and given him a big long walk, so I feel like I've got my steps in for the morning. But I wanted to show you this before we head out. I'm making myself a little drink, and rather than having a coffee every single morning, I mean most mornings I will still have a coffee as well, sometimes in addition I will have this as a hot drink, this bone broth from Freya. I got this from Holland & Barrett, and I've had the chicken one already, which was already like in liquid form that I kept in the fridge. This is really handy though, because it's just powder and it's actually really tasty. I told you I would update you on how I found these, and I actually really like them. They are stock essentially, so you can use them for cooking but also as a hot drink. They've got so much goodness in there for you that let me read it out. 7 grams of collagen, 11 grams protein, only 56 calories, and you just add hot water. So yeah, it's just a powder like that. I add a bit like I would with a hot chocolate. It's probably not essential, but it's when I see the powder in the cup, it's kind of like reminding me of a hot chocolate or a Nescafe coffee, you know, where you pour it in and it's got the milk powder in already. So I put a tiny drop of hot water in, give it a mix, fill it up with hot water, and sip away. So yeah, told you I'd give you an update, and it's a thumbs up from me. So I'm going to enjoy my nice drink. I've got a bit of email admin to do, and then in about an hour's time we're going to head to golf, have a bit of fresh air, and then I will catch you guys at ALDI.
I get a little bit breathless, my thoughts are too big. Can I get some comfort, please? I guess I should have been honest. It breaks in my heart, it's raining down, baby. I'm like a river that's overflowed. The sooner you know it, the less do we hurt. Let me speak the truth. I know you don't want to face it, you think it's too late, but I can see past the rain. Won't you lay it on me? Turn the page and burn it. Let's make up a big bonfire on the beach with the stars.
Now I've got home, I feel like this haul looks incredibly pitiful, but you have to bear in mind that we get the majority of our meat from the butchers. We also have quite a bit of things like potatoes and tomatoes and things that our neighbour actually gives to us, which is very sweet of him. So these are just a couple of cupboard bits and bobs and top-ups. I wanted some fresh fruit. I was craving kiwis for some reason, so I picked up some kiwis. I also got some pineapple, pomegranate, lemons, and then we also got these baby cucumbers. I'm thinking I love a kind of cucumber or carrots or celery with a dip for like a light lunch. So I got that, avocado as well, and I got these 2 dips. Now these are new and they are duping the M&S ones, especially this one. The M&S do a chicken Caesar kind of dip, which is honestly so delicious. So we're gonna try this one, see if it compares. Chicken Caesar loaded dip, and then also they do these, which I think is also a newer addition in M&S, where it's kind of like an Indian style dip. So this one is a creamy layered yogurt with mint and sweet mango chutney. Not the healthiest, but again, bit of a balance here we've got going on. Just needed a mozzarella and cheddar mix. We always like to have one of these in. Also, these are really good little snacks for on the go. They are mini packs of these Southern Fried Flavor Bites chicken. So 3.8 grams of protein. They do a couple of other flavors as well. They do like a garlic and herb one, but I always tend to get the plain one so that if I'm with Barney, he might get the odd one. But it is just literally chicken breast, ready to eat, high in protein, and super handy for on the go. Also like these as my cupboard essentials. Again, egg fried rice isn't the best, but I quite like to do, like my girl dinner is heating this up, popping a can of my favorite tuna in there, and popping some mayo over the top. And honestly, don't knock it till you try it. Sounds bizarre, so delicious. And if I'm being a bit healthier, I will do one of these 2 instead of the egg fried rice. So whole grain rice, quinoa, pumpkin seeds, and sunflower seeds. That one is delicious. This one's just the rice and quinoa. And then what else have I got to show you? Greek yogurt is a staple in the mornings. We like to have it with, well, I have a bit of honey on mine, and then some like nuts and seeds. And I got this flaxseed. We don't already have any flaxseed in, so I will add this to our pantry. But if I show you our pantry, this is our kind of breakfast station where we have lots of things, like I said, nuts and seeds, chia seeds. Oh, I nearly got some. I thought, oh, maybe I thought I still had plenty left, which obviously there is plenty in there, but I should have bought some more. But anyway, walnuts I forgot to get as well. So we need to stock up of them. We've got pistachios, a bit of protein, granola, raisins, pumpkin seeds, coconut, cashews, sunflower seeds, goji berries, almonds, like all sorts that we just pop on our yogurt in the morning. So I will find an empty jar and add the flaxseed to that selection. And then these were on offer, so I decided to pick one up. They're always handy just to have in your cupboard, aren't they? I mean, they're good until the end of the year, or November. So got a little smoky barbecue fajita kit. I also needed to stock up on some more plain flour. We are out, so again, in my pantry unit. At the top at the front there is our flour jar, and as you can tell, it's empty. And this is a real treat. This is again good until the end of the year, so I will not open it just yet. I'm gonna save it for hot chocolate season, but I saw it and I was like, let's just get that in the fridge. Real dairy cream, chocolate flavored squirty cream on top of your hot chocolates. Having chocolate flavored squirty cream is a game changer. So yeah, that's my little Aldi haul. Nothing too exciting in this special buys section. I know recently they had a reformer bed, and I think they were only in stores. I don't know if they're online or not yet, or if they moved online. I'm not sure if they just sold out, but we did go when they first came out and didn't see any, so we missed out on that. Let me know if any of you got your hands on one. Ooh, I need to sneeze. Just to show you some of our stock that our neighbour gave us. He actually gave us some strawberries, but we've eaten all of them. So I did pick up some from the supermarket the other day. Spring onions, which he gave us, some tomatoes, some chives. These actually are from our herb garden. Probably need a better way to store those, but yeah, I've got some chives, I've got some potatoes in the pantry, and some more potatoes here. I've just kept these ones in the fridge just to try and make them last longer because we have quite a lot. Right, there we have our flaxseed. Now, flour. I feel like this is going to go everywhere, because when does it not? Let's have a look. We're going to go for it, we're going for it, we're going for it. Oh, actually, there might be too much there. Yeah, we're going to have to keep some in the bag. Never mind. There we have these scoops, by the way, are Zara home ones, but I showed recently some Temu dupes. But yeah, I've got a couple of these from Zara home. They don't sell them on Zara anymore though, but yeah, you can definitely get them elsewhere. Then we have our flour and our flax seeds ready to go back in the pantry. Okay, I was gonna end this vlog outside, but it's a bit breezy. Just wanted to thank Med Express for very kindly working with me on today's video. Don't forget, Freya30 will get you £30 off your first order with them, so make sure to check them out via the link in my description box. Thanks to them, thanks to you guys for watching, and I will hope to see you all very, very soon in my next video. Bye guys.